Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I'm doing my TBR for the Hemisphere Christmas Games. So this is a readathon that I am co-hosting. It's running from the 5th to the 13th. So obviously posting this a couple of days ahead of time, and we're just going to go through the different books that I'm going to read. I have doubled up on a couple of prompts and whatnot, so let's get into it. Prompt number 1 is to read a Christmas book that takes place on the opposite side of the world to where you live or in a different season. So obviously that's pretty easy for us here in the Southern Hemisphere. We can just read pretty much any Christmas book ever. But I am going with The Wallflowers Christmas by Lisa Kleypas. This is a novella that follows the Wallflowers series, which I finished much earlier this year, and I've kind of been holding off on waiting to read this until Christmas, so it should be fun. We'll be reading that one as an ebook, and then into the next ones. Prompt 2 is to read a book from a different culture or different religious belief. I'm going with a different culture, and I am also pairing this up with the prompt to read a beach read. And I don't know whether this is really a beach read, but like, it's a middle grade. That's the sort of thing I would read at the beach because it's light and fun. But it is How to Make Friends with the Sea by Tania Guerrero. So this takes place in the Philippines. Yes. So Philippines, different culture to here in Australia. I've also never read a book set in the Philippines as far as I know. Yes, beautiful cover, sort of thing I'd read at the beach. And it also features I believe a side character. The main protagonist is named Pablo, and his mother takes in an orphaned girl with a cleft lip. So super excited to read this one. I've been kind of waiting for a chance to read this and just haven't got around to it. So the next one is to read a book with a bright or light cover. I'm going with Parachutes by Kelly Yang. It's kind of like a pastel kind of cover. It is more spring-ish than summer, but yes, it's beautiful. As you can see, I have started reading this. I started this months and months ago, and put it down, and I got to 94 pages. I can remember everything that's happened, so I think I'm just going to continue from there. And yes, so this is about two teenage girls. One of them, what are their names? Dani lives in California. She goes to high school. She's on the debating team. Yes, she wants to get into Yale. And then there is Claire, who was born in or lives in China, I think. And she goes to study in the US and stays at Dani's house. She is very privileged and whatnot, and very different from Dani, and I believe they kind of form a friendship after some things happen. So yeah, really looking forward to finishing this off. There's that one. Next one is to read a light-hearted read, and I thought I would go with Pages & Co. by Anna James. This is Tilly and the Map of Stories, book 3 in this series. Again, have been waiting for an excuse to read this, so now is the perfect time, I think. Nice, fun, light-hearted read. Really, really excited for it. And then the final prompt is to read a book that features an outdoor activity such as sailing, a sport, or camping. This is by Elsie Rosen. This is, I believe, the main character goes to this camp that is made for LGBTQ plus teenagers, and I guess he falls in love while he's there and all that sort of good stuff. And this was I really struggled with this prompt, and I wasn't going to do it, and then I remembered I had this. So very excited for this. Again, have been waiting for a reason to pick this up. So yeah, that's my TBR. I was originally going to do some recommendations, but I just ran out of time, and I'm trying to pre-film as much as I possibly can because December is always a crazy month, isn't it? And yeah, so that's what I've got. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.